Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sunny and today's reading is going to be about what do your classmates think about you. So this could be old classmates, current classmates, any specific classmate that you might have worked with that you're kind of curious about. This is the reading for you. So we have 3 piles, pile 1 on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, pile number 3 is on the right side. So go ahead and stop the video if you feel like you need more time. Otherwise skip to the timestamp in the description or comment section. More than likely it's in the description and I'll see you there. I'm going to give you a close-up for pile number 1. So pile 1, we have Knight of Cups reversed. So pile 1, for you, I think your classmates more or less think that you've become someone that's a little bit colder and for likely good reasons that you might have had to become a very self-protective person. They might have possibly not seen you there. The scenarios that could have been very likely with this personality change, if at all, is more than likely because they were not necessarily nice to you, or it's not always, I think sometimes people don't always look at this, but classmates and sometimes teachers, your educators, principals, counselors, or anything like that, usually those people sometimes can be not always nice. Sometimes they sometimes specifically pick people that they're more favorited and other people that are not kind of favorited, and you might have been on the pile and that's why you've become a little more self-protective with your emotions. And I think that you're someone that's very self-contained, very preserved, very like cool, calm, and collected, I feel, and with good reason. I feel like you were given good reason by your classmates to act this way. I think that maybe they might have not been the nicest to you, or if at all, you had toxic friends around you in high school or college, university settings, and you didn't know that at the time. Maybe you grew out of that, and maybe you surrounded yourself with better people, but that also implies that you had to kind of weed out the toxic people inside your life, and that's why they could see this kind of change in you and that personality, and they think that you've become a very creative person, but you kind of keep that within. I think the very nice thing about this particular pile is that I feel that you use your creativity to heal your emotions, or is it the emotions heal your creativity? Wait. No, I think it's the first one that I said. Basically, if you had any negative emotions or emotions that you hadn't processed well and you wanted to work through that, I think a lot of your creativity that has come from within has really allowed you to kind of work with that, with yourself and your personality, kind of like a self-discovery journey. I think that you've taught yourself a lot, you've learned a lot from yourself, and it's taught you many valuable lessons, but that means also that you had to kind of distance yourself from that in that aspect. So you had to put that boundary up with them, I think that overall this pile is definitely someone that gave that cup back to themselves rather than just freely give it to others. I think you might have been taken advantage of with your kindness before. You're such a bubbly person, maybe perhaps in the past, and that had to kind of change. You kind of had to adult. You had to put on those big pants on, whether you're a female or male, and you have to let them know, no, this is where I draw the line. I'm not going to be tolerating this. I deserve better treatment. I don't need to handle any more disruption in my emotions, in my emotional space, I feel. I'm going to be taking a lot of water sips, so I apologize, because it is hot. But yes, I think that overall this pile is someone who learned to walk away from people. Like this horse is marching. If it was an upright, you'd be marching towards people and sharing your cup and your creativity, your emotions, your positivity. You have so much to share with others because you have so much to give and to offer. And this is reversed. So I feel like you're, you know what, taking those steps back, like walking away from these people, going back not to your shell, but creating those boundaries and knowing to, like, I'm gonna walk back to my safe zone, to my zone where I know I'm not going to be messed with. So I think you've become someone that's a lot more private, a lot more self-contained, a lot more self-loving. Yeah, you've given yourself that space to heal and to really nurture yourself, and that's what I feel for this pile. You've really focused on that self for the entire time that they've known you, and you've progressed, right, as a person. So I hope that helped pile 1. I really liked your message, very positive. very fulfilling. I feel like you feel very sufficient, self-sufficient with this one, self-sufficed, and fulfilled with what you've come across your journey as a person. So I hope that helped pile 1. And I'm going to start with pile 2. If you were attracted to select a different pile, select the pile. There could be a message there for you, in case that didn't resonate enough. And I'm going to start with pile number 2. Ooh, okay, you have the Nine of Cups upright. So I think that your classmates think from the past, the present, and possibly the future, pile number 2, is that you're someone that's very content where you are. You have 9 cups, and those 9 cups are in the background, so they can see it. I feel like you're full of achievements, and they can see it, that you've been very rewarded for your hard work. You're someone that's very loving and caring, but I feel like you might have had a specific something that you specifically desired that you achieved, and you went for it, and you didn't let that stop you. I feel like you might have had like a wish in like deep down. I feel for this pile that it came true. You've desired it so much you made it happen. I feel like this is like a genie. Sorry, my shadow's like the obstruction of my shadow's like messing with the word. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to obstruct the view. This guy here looks like a genie. Sitting in the middle. Like the genie from Aladdin, there you go. And he's like, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what wish will it be, or something like that. I feel that's you. You're like, look at what I have. I have 9 cups. Every cup is filled. What can I offer you? Because I have everything. So that's what I feel. I feel like very sassy. I suddenly feel very sassy with this pile. I feel like you're very, very content. And you have so much to give to others, but you don't mind that. I feel like you don't mind having that. It's not like a power drive or ego drive. It could be for some, but I feel that you're someone that doesn't mind helping out others if it's necessary to feel like you, because I feel like you did this on your own. I feel like your journey, you had to put a lot of, you had to put your heart out there with this 9 of Cups, and I think that you're on your way to having even the 10 of Cups. I feel that. I think that's what you're striving for. You're striving for that picket fence. You're striving for that house. You're striving for that money, that stockpile of like happiness, that joyness, the joy. I think you're on your way for even better things. I feel, compared to what they think. Right? Of course, this is like what your classmates think. This may not necessarily look or feel like it to you, but that's how you appear. You appear to be self-sufficient. You're someone that's, and like, I know this isn't a throne, but I feel like if you were to be in a market, you'd be like, look at what all the things that I bought, or all the things that I made and I get to sell. I feel that you have put a lot of your heart into things, and maybe they didn't see that before, or maybe they didn't believe in you, I feel. And that had to maybe sting a little bit, and you decided to go ahead and put that effort back into yourself by pouring a cup and a cup and a cup and a cup and a cup by yourself, right? So I feel that's this pile. I feel that you are very satisfied and content with where you are. That's how you come across in this location, in this state of mind, in this place, your journey. They think that you're very happy where you are, with who you are, and that's good. I think that you had a more positive, I guess, remembrance. I don't think that's a word, not in that context. The memory of you is very different from who you are possibly now, but not that far out, I feel. But you're someone that's very gracious, very happy, their inner world is just as happy as the outer world. So I feel that you're very content with who you are inside as well. I think you're a very bright person. You're a very happy person. I mean, look at all these colors that are bright here. So yeah, I think that you're someone that you strive for happiness. Sorry, you strive for happiness, and you got even more. So you got your wish granted. I feel that you're the person who wanted to have everything, and you got it for yourself. Nobody else gave you that. I feel like you made this happen. So I'm very happy for you, pal, too. I hope that message resonated with you. That's what your classmates think of you. I do think you're high and mighty in your in your seat, and it's well deserved, I think. So I hope you enjoyed that message, pile 2. I'm gonna start with pile number 3. Select a different pile if you were attracted to. There could be a message there for you. I'm gonna start with pile 3. You have the Page of Wands reversed, pile 3. So, what do your classmates think of you? They think you're someone very serious now. They think that maybe you're in your past you were someone. I think you likely have strong air, a strong Gemini, strong Aquarius energy in your chart. I think that possibly you were very like expressive before in your clothing and your style. Your self-expression was very important to you, and it shows. I think look at this page. This page is someone very eccentric. Look at the print. Look at the colors of the tights, the blue colored hat, and the staff, and like the shoes. To me, have like this. I think you might have worn UGG boots at some point, possibly, or like your style is very out there, right? I also think of the nanny with here, like the nanny, Fran Drescher, I think that's her last name. She's amazing. She is timeless to me. I strive to have her aesthetic. She's beautiful, and she had very unique and eccentric outfits, and she stood out compared to everybody else who is still wearing nice clothes. They were casual, or they were just neat, right? But their clothing didn't stand out the way her clothing was. Her clothing was bright, it was colorful, it was not muted. It really resembled her personality, and that's how you might have been in the past, where your personality very much matched how you dressed, right? You could have possibly been in your scene kid phase, or your emo phase, or your like hip hop phase, your rock star phase, your face, or your preppy face. Like you had your personality matched very much what you felt at that moment. And I think now that you're an adult, you might possibly have grown out of that, and you might have matured a lot, and it shows a very serious side of you, I feel, with this pile. I think that you're someone who seems to be more focused on your coin, on your assets, on building that asset financial aspect in your life. You're not someone that's just gonna be like wasting time. I think you might have had more free time obviously before, but that's what your classmates feel. I feel like your classmates feel that you've withdrawn yourself, you've become more serious, you've matured, you've been adulting. I feel that's what it feels like for this pile. You've been adulting a lot, and it shows. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes it's necessary. I think we all go through that. I think I went through that. And even if you were kind of a shy, timid personality, it's still, you can still have self-expression, and you still look interesting compared to how you compare yourself as an adult, right? I don't see myself as for example, I don't see myself as a very like outstanding person in that aspect of like, not outlandish, but this pile gives me outlandish, maybe like when you were younger, in a fun way, right? You were extroverted in that self-expressive way, and I don't see myself in that aspect compared to like now. Like if you compare myself when I was younger, I was very much I was even more shy than I am now. And yeah, I still am, but in a much different manner. I have much better self-expression when it comes to my words, even though I do get shy from time to time, and I think you can tell when I do my readings. But yeah, I think for this pile, that's how you've changed, where you might have been, even if you were a more reserved person before, you are a lot more exquisite in your vocabulary, exquisite in your taste of self-expression, in your clothing, and the way you speak, you come across, your walk, the air in you, that's how you come across. Just very interesting, but like serious, in a cool way, like a cool cat, a cool adult. That's what I feel for this one. I think you're someone that has learned a lot from your past, and I think overall this pile is just interesting overall in that sense, where you might have come across a certain way before to them. Of course, every pal, did the same, but you get what I mean. But you're someone that's a lot more eloquent, right? But you're very contained, very contained. You're not the person they thought you were. Like once they get to know you and get to approach you, your manner of speaking is completely different from what they imagined you to be. think that you might have been a bit of a goofball, or like that's how you come across because you're very self-expressive in your taste of like clothing, right? For example, or your makeup or your hairstyles. And when you come across and you speak to people, you're all business. That's what it feels like. You're someone that is very inspirational in that way, where you're like very smart. I just think it's like someone that's youthful but just very mature, you know? This is a very mature pile. I think that you're someone that knows how to be more than just what appearances may lead to be, right? So I hope you enjoyed that pile 1. Wow, so sorry. Pile 3, I spaced out. Maybe you were attracted to pile 1. There could have been a message there for you. So I really hope you enjoyed that pile 3. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you stuck around for all piles, until the end, thank you so much. Yeah, so I'll see you in a different video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my content, and have a great day because you made it a great day, not because I told you to. So bye bye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.